Optimism versus pessimism and hope versus despair. In our contemporary epoch, there seems to exist a peculiar tension between the philosophies of optimism and pessimism, much like a silent struggle beneath the surface of our collective psyche. On one hand, optimism, with its sunny outlook, urges us to embrace the future, promising that improvements are not only possible, but inevitable. Conversely, pessimism, with its sober perspective, serves to remind us of the innate frailties and inconsistencies of the human condition, suggesting that troubles are integral to our existence, and that the future may not necessarily be brighter. Equally interesting is the dichotomy between hope and despair. Hope acts as a beacon, a guiding light that navigates us through the choppy waters of life's uncertainties, bolstering us in times of crisis. Despair, on the other hand, often appears when hope wanes, casting long, ominous shadows over our perception of life, potentially leading to an overwhelming sense of doom. Yet, despair may not always be destructive. There's a certain catharsis and wisdom embedded within it, reminding us that experiencing defeat and acknowledging our limitations can actually foster resilience and personal growth. The driving force of optimism in the progression of society is undeniable. It is optimism that fuels the engines of innovation, pushing us to explore new frontiers and challenge existing norms. This uplifting sentiment allows us to visualize a future where our current problems are solvable and our goals achievable. Without this belief in the capacity for improvement, human motivation may falter, stagnating the forward march of civilization. Optimism provides us with the courage to dream, turning aspiration into action, and in doing so, stimulating societal advancement. On the flip side, a measured dose of pessimism acts as a safeguard, offering a form of balance against overzealous optimism. It encourages caution, urging us to contemplate potential pitfalls and challenges, preventing rushed decisions and impulsive actions. By prompting us to anticipate and prepare for worst-case scenarios, pessimism ensures that our optimism does not become blinding. However, it is crucial to strike a delicate balance. Excessive optimism may indeed warp our perception of reality, potentially leading to unconsidered decisions and unrealistic expectations. Overindulging in positive outlooks could mean overlooking the crucial signs of impending challenges, ultimately jeopardizing our capability to respond effectively when they arise. Hence, a harmonious blend of optimism's drive and pessimism's caution could be the ideal approach in our ever-evolving contemporary society. Navigating the spectrum of human emotions, the role of pessimism often receives a bad rap, yet it carries intrinsic value. Its necessity for maintaining a balanced perspective lies in its ability to foster critical thinking, ground us in reality, and prepare us for potential setbacks. Pessimism is not about adopting a negative outlook but embracing a practical stance towards the uncertainties life offers. It's a compass that helps us negotiate the unpredictable terrain of our existence, promoting resilience, and encouraging the consideration of diverse outcomes. Conversely, hope serves as a pivotal guiding light in our decision-making process. It lends a future-oriented perspective that fuels our aspirations and ambitions. When faced with choices, hope propels us towards decisions that resonate with our desired outcomes, often bolstering our motivation to persist through challenging circumstances. Paradoxically, despair, traditionally perceived as a state of utter loss or disillusionment, can be a potent catalyst for transformation and personal growth. Its presence can stimulate introspection and self-awareness, challenging us to reconstruct our perspective and inspiring us to emerge stronger from life's trials. In essence, both despair and hope, pessimism and optimism, contribute significantly to our personal narrative, shaping us into the individuals we become. While it might seem counterintuitive, hope and despair coexist as two sides of the same coin. Their relationship is complementary rather than exclusionary, with each concept gaining relevance through the lens of the other. Hope devoid of despair may lack the impetus to instigate change, becoming a hollow echo of wishful thinking. Similarly, despair without hope might spiral into a vortex of nihilism, devoid of the possibility for redemption or growth. They exist in tandem, their interaction shaping the human experience and our perception of potential and possibility. Moving to the broader picture, our cultural context plays a significant role in shaping our propensity for optimism or pessimism. Cultures steeped in narratives of triumph and resilience may encourage a more hopeful outlook, while those with histories marked by struggle and hardship might lean towards a more pessimistic stance. Our cultural heritage shapes the lens through which we view and interpret the world, subtly guiding our emotional landscape. As for the contemporary era, it's a blend of paradoxes. It presents immense challenges that might invoke despair, from climate change to political divisions, yet simultaneously offers unprecedented opportunities and advancements, fostering a sense of hope. The balance between these feelings is likely subjective, hinging on individual experiences and perceptions. Given the myriad challenges the world is currently facing, From environmental crises to socio-political unrest, a dose of pessimism may indeed prove more responsible. Pessimism, in this context, doesn't represent a defeatist attitude, but instead a sober acknowledgement of reality that demands action. It can prompt us to confront difficult issues head-on, rather than seeking refuge in an overly optimistic outlook that may overlook the gravity of such problems. A pessimistic perspective might therefore drive a more proactive response, urging us to create robust solutions that account for worst-case scenarios. Media undeniably exerts a powerful influence on our mental disposition, steering us between optimism and pessimism. The narratives we are exposed to, the images we see, and the headlines we read can manipulate our emotions, engendering hope or fueling despair. The repetitive nature of negative news can instill a sense of doom, whilst stories of human triumph and resilience can inspire hope. Media's influence is as pervasive as it is subtle, swaying our collective psyche in profound ways. Lastly, technology presents a dual-edged sword. It manifests as a beacon of hope, showcasing human ingenuity and offering solutions to many of our most pressing issues. Yet, it can also breed despair through its unforeseen consequences and potential misuse. The digital age continues to leave an indelible mark on our emotional landscape, a testament to our ongoing negotiation with hope and despair. A fruitful dialogue between optimism and pessimism could certainly exist, each offering invaluable insights to the other. An optimist, through interactions with a pessimist, might gain a more grounded, pragmatic approach to life's challenges. They might learn to anticipate possible obstacles and develop contingency plans, therefore equipping themselves better for life's unpredictable nature. Pessimism, in this sense, serves as a reality check, bringing a dimension of depth to an optimist's outlook and helping to balance their inherent positivity with a healthy dose of caution and realism. The influence of our upbringing on our tendency towards optimism, pessimism, hope, or despair cannot be overstated. Our formative years shape our cognitive framework and emotional responses. A nurturing environment that encourages exploration and instills a sense of security might foster optimism and hope. Conversely, an upbringing marked by adversity and instability might lead to a greater predisposition towards pessimism or despair, as individuals learn to anticipate difficulties as part of their existence. However, it is also worth noting the remarkable resilience of the human spirit, and its ability to cultivate hope even amidst despair. This brings us to an unconventional perspective, where despair can indeed be viewed in a positive light, as a means to inspire change. In its raw and often uncomfortable confrontation with reality, despair can drive individuals and societies towards profound transformation, making it an unlikely, yet potent catalyst for progress. The role of hope in societal cohesion is profound. It's the glue that holds communities together during times of crisis, and the catalyst that drives collective efforts toward shared goals. Hope nurtures the belief in the possibility of a better future and emboldens societies to strive towards it. It can bridge differences, mend divisions, and inspire collective resilience. As such, hope plays a pivotal role in maintaining social order, facilitating cooperation, and fostering mutual understanding. Yet, hope, in excess, carries its own set of pitfalls. It might mask reality, creating an illusionary world that prevents us from seeing things as they are. Too much hope could potentially numb us into inaction, breeding complacency under the assumption that things will improve on their own. We might overlook the urgency of pressing issues, delaying necessary action and fostering a culture of passivity. As for widespread despair, its societal implications can be grave. It can engender a sense of defeatism, crippling collective effort and diminishing societal morale. Yet, it is within this churning cauldron of despair that the seeds of transformation often sprout. As uncomfortable as it might be, despair could serve as a potent wake-up call, rallying societies to confront the roots of their distress and prompting significant shifts in collective attitudes and actions. Achieving a balanced perspective between optimism and pessimism entails a mindful negotiation between the two. It's about recognizing the value inherent in both outlooks and integrating them in a harmonious blend that serves us. Optimism should invite us to imagine brighter possibilities, fuel our motivation, and drive our resilience. Simultaneously, pessimism should encourage us to consider potential obstacles, ground us in realism, and prompt proactive contingency planning. This delicate equilibrium demands self-awareness and emotional agility, enabling us to shift between optimism and pessimism as the situation demands, rather than rigidly adhering to one perspective. Navigating the tension between hope and despair, both personally and collectively, is a complex, ongoing endeavor. It's about acknowledging despair as a valid emotional response to hardship, while simultaneously fostering hope as an essential tool for resilience. At a personal level, this could involve practices such as mindfulness, reflection, and self-compassion, while at a collective level, it may involve open dialogues, communal support, and shared narratives that emphasize resilience and shared aspiration. Recognizing the dynamic interplay between hope and despair can help us harness the transformative potential hidden within their tension. This acknowledgement not only validates our shared humanity but also paves the way for collective growth, fostering a society that is not immune to despair but resilient in the face of it, buoyed by the enduring power of hope.